What's going on, Falcons fans? It's your boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. So today we're going to talk about some of the latest Atlanta Falcons news. Before we go ahead and get into that, guys, go ahead and please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the notification bell so you know when I drop another video. Please hit the like button so I know you guys like to hear what I talk about. And then please share my video throughout the YouTube universe so more people can come in and hear me talk about these Atlanta Falcons. So today we're going to talk about a little news. First, we're going to get into some releases from the Atlanta Falcons. Today, the Atlanta Falcons released Mike Davis, which is really no surprise. After, if you guys remember, after we drafted Tyler Algier, I kind of expected somebody to be left out of that running back room. And Mike Davis, just unfortunately, because of the cap, and we got to sign our draft class, cutting him could free up about $2.5 million. So I think by cutting him, it kind of helped us that by doing that. And I mean, production, let's just be honest, his production last year, I think he underperformed. He had 138 carries by 509 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3.6 yards to carry, and then he had a couple fumbling issues that could have cost us some games. So I know we won the Jets game. He fumbled. He fumbled again in another game. I can't recall which game it was, but he just underperformed. And he actually admitted that after the season. If you go back and look at some of his tweets that he mentioned, he felt like he let the city down about some of his play. But, the Falcons had to get younger in the running back room. It's 2 years in a row we brought in a veteran running back, Todd Gurley the year before, now Mike Davis. And they come in and they was underwhelming. I mean, if you remember back at the beginning of training camp last year, everybody was excited. Remember Mike Davis posted a picture with the big thighs out there. We thought he was just going to be running over everybody. And perform how he did in Carolina the year before, when Christian McCaffrey went down, but that was not the case. So good luck to Mike Davis. Hope he lands on his feet. He should be able. He's only like 29 years old, so I think he should be able to pick up with another team and hopefully perform better. But we had to get some cap space for our draft class, and we got younger. We still got Cordarrelle Patterson, Damon Williams, and McGary. Cordarrelle Patterson. Wow. In the backfield, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be actually lead dog in the backfield now moving forward. But one good thing I can say about Mike Davis was that he was a great pass blocker. So hopefully Tyler Algier can do that. That was one of the knocks on Cordarrelle Patterson. He was not a pass blocker. That's why during the Dan Quinn era, he couldn't get on the field. Cordarrelle Patterson said it's tough for him. I don't think it's a physicality problem with Cordarrelle Patterson. I just think, not having the experience being in the backfield a lot is why he has trouble being a pass protector. But at the end of the day, we don't have a pocket passer technically in the backfield anymore. We got mobile quarterbacks that should be back there. So hopefully if they can't block sort of like a Mike Davis, they can get out of the way. All right, the next person we released was James Vaughters, a depth outside linebacker. He played limited minutes with the Falcons last year. However, he did have, if you guys recall, one big play against the Saints last year. Cost a forced fumble, help us win that game. So you never know where you're gonna find some contributors. And being the Saints, that's a good thing. So I wish the luck to James Vaughters. Pick up on feet, but when we picked up D'Angelo Malone and AK in the draft, that room was getting pretty deep as well. So we had to make some roster adjustments there. I think cutting both of those players free us up about $3.5 million in cap space. So we're getting closer to that number to actually sign our draft class with those cuts. Be on the lookout for Kendall Sheffield. He's another guy that we can get about $3 million from if they decide to cut him as well. And the reason I mention him, Kendall Sheffield having played in like 2 seasons because of injuries. Our cornerback room is real deep. Got like 12 cornerbacks right now on the team, so they have to get to 90. I think they got like 93 players right now on the roster, including the undrafted free agents. So we definitely need to go ahead and just be on the lookout for Kendall Sheffield. And then the last person they released was Willie Beavers, offensive tackle that played with us last year. Of course, we signed a lot of offensive tackle free agents this year, and to compete. Of course, we picked up a couple of undrafted free agent offensive tackles as well. So I think that room was getting deep, pretty deep as well. So we're gonna let these young guys come in and compete for swing tackle, or maybe even starting right tackle. So we just have to see how that panned out. All right. Other news. Today was the deadline for our franchise to actually decide whether they're going to pick up the 5th-year options on the players that got drafted 3 years ago, 2019 class. And so we're looking at Caleb McGary and Chris Lindstrom. Of course, it was not a shock that they exercised the 5th-year option on Chris Lindstrom. Actually, right guard, who only had 2 penalties last year, gave up no sacks. That says a lot about our offensive line. Matt Ryan got sacked 40 times last year. Chris Lindstrom was not credited with none of those sacks. He had 0 sacks allowed. This one of the great signings from the Dan Quinn, Thomas Dimitroff era, and everybody was kind of upset because we took an offensive lineman in the top 13 picks, but I think it was a great signing. I think him and Jake Matthews are pretty much the only steady guys that we can depend on the offensive line right now. On the other side, they decided not to pick up the 5th-year option for Caleb McGary. I don't think anybody was surprised about that. If you guys remember the other day, I joked about where he looked in one of his photos. He was bucking up, of course, because I think he knew that that 5th-year option wasn't going to get picked up, and he going to be a free agent next year, so he wanted to go out and improve himself this year. However, Caleb McGary been up and down his whole time he been in Atlanta. On the flip side, Chris Lindstrom gave up no sacks last year. Caleb McGary gave up 9, second most by any tackle in NFL, right or left tackle. 9 sacks. So, like I said, they definitely need to be looking for a replacement on Caleb McGary. At least some competition on that side, because we have to be able to protect in the pass game. He's a great run blocker, but pass protection is not his forte. So we definitely got to be able to get somebody on the right side of the field to be able to block for our quarterbacks. Maybe they could bring somebody like a Justin Schaefer in, move him to left guard, move Jaylee Mayfield back to right tackle, to position he played in college, and he might fare out better as a right tackle. Don't know, we just have to see. But we also brought in a couple more free agents that could compete for the right tackle position as well. So I think they have enough people, offensive tackles, on this team right now to compete for that position. Caleb McGary, it's up to him to lose the job and prove that he how was it take to to get a long-term deal with another team. Probably not with us, but this is his contract year, so we should see a whole lot better play from Caleb McGary, hopefully. So guys, that's what I got today for the latest news. Of course, be on the lookout for more roster moves. Like I said, they got to get down to 90 players. They got to clear up more cap space to sign their draft class. And so look out for cuts, hopefully an extension on Grady Jarrett. Look out for what they want to do with Deion Jones. I don't know if you guys caught it during his press conference when Arthur Smith talked about Troy Anderson, and maybe it was just he just forgot about Deion Jones. But when he talked about Troy Anderson, he was talking about Troy Anderson getting in the room. He only mentioned Rashaan Evans and Michael Walker. He did not mention Deion Jones. I don't know if that was by intentional or he just forgot. I know everybody don't want to look, be looking for controversy and things like that, but he did forget to mention his name. And Deion Jones being the longest linebacker tenure, one of the longest tenured defensive players on this team, and when you mention a linebacker room and you don't mention him, kind of get people wondering what's the plans for Deion Jones. So just want to throw it out there. We already know that they get rid of all the old regime players and starting anew. So, and making Deion Jones a June 1 cut could definitely clear up some cap space. So, and be more dead money on the books. But of course they trying to clean house. So just a thought. So just be on the lookout for that. So guys, that's all I have right now. You let me know what you think about Mike Davis, James Vaughters, Willie Davis, and then our 2 fifth-year options. One was picked up and one was declined. And this is your boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. Peace.